cartoon Spider-Man. Grab yourself some paper, something to draw with, something to erase any mistakes that you might make, and get yourself something to outline your doodle with. Don't forget crayons and markers or paint so you can add some color to your adorable doodle. Let's go! Started. So my paper is going to be vertical, which means that it is taller and skinnier on the sides. So I'm going to get started with a nice big circle kind of right in the middle of my paper for Spider-Man's head. So go ahead and take your time and draw in a nice big circle. And if you need, you can always grab maybe a big roll of tape or something that is circular, a bowl, something that kind of is circular enough to fit on your paper so you could get a good size circle. And once you have your circle on your paper, we have his head done. So if you need to have more time, go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to make a curved line that comes down, and it's going to come right back up. And this is going to be one of his arms. So you're going to go ahead and curve down like a big U and curve right back up. Then I'm going to come from that corner down at a slight angle, and I'm going to do almost the same shape but bigger because this is going to be his leg. So this is the side of his body. It's coming down, curving into his foot and up into his leg over here. And then I'm going to curve out, and then I will stop. And then I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to curve down. And then right here is where I'm going to finish off his other foot. So I'm just going to come around here for his other foot and done. Now, he's looking a little weird because he's missing an arm. I'm going to come up here because Spider-Man likes to hang off his web, and I'm going to draw kind of the shape I drew down here up here for his other arm. So now he's got his two arms, his two legs, and his head. So far, I am going to go up here to this hand and I'm going to do a curved line. I'm going to come down to this one and I'm going to do a curved line. And I'm going to go to each of his feet and do a curved line. And this is just starting to draw in the sections of his little outfit. So in those curved lines, I'm going to go ahead and draw some straight lines and then some slight curved lines. And these curved lines match the way that his hand is going. So this curve goes here, so I'm going to do this curve that way, but this curve goes that way. So this curve is going to come like that. And then these lines are going to curve with it. So that paw or hand is done. And then this one, same thing. I'm going to do two lines on that one. I'm only going to fit one line here and one line on this one in the middle. So I'm going to do two lines there and one line in the middle. And that's just an easy way to do his little spider webs on his outfit. So those are done out on the outside, and they just look a little bit more like a checkered pattern than they will when they're on his face. So on his face is where we're going to work to really make it look like a spider web pattern. So now I'm going to go to his eyes. So I'm going to make two diagonal lines that are pretty big. So pretty good size diagonal lines. So he looks like he has angry eyebrows right now. And then we're going to try to create like a backwards letter D. So there's one. Now I've got to try to do the same thing to the other side. And there's two. All right, look at that. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to double that line, and you're going to color that in black. So since I'm coloring it in black with my marker, I'm going to double it with my marker, go all the way across, and then fill it in like a coloring page. That way I don't have to go back in later. And then down here, I'm going to do the same thing, curve that line and double it up. And I'm just going to do it with my marker, so that way that line kind of thickens up also. Do the same thing to the other eye. Curve it around and up. And there we go. Look at that. All right. Now we have Spider-Man's eyes. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to do all of the design on his face. So the first thing we have to do is kind of create a little doodle there and a little doodle here. And that's just so all of our spider web lines don't all end up meeting right in the middle of his face and giving him a black dot. So we're just going to create a little area here so that way we can work off of that. So this point here, I'm going to go straight up and make a line. And then I'm just going to work off of that and come in at an angle. And I do want to try to keep it the same on both sides. So now out here I can come out from his glasses, or the part around his eyes. Work my way out. I'm going to do the same thing here and here. And then we get down into the middle of his face here. So I'm going to do one straight line down the middle there. And then we will come out off of the side. So we've got a pretty good area of different lines to help make those spider webs. So I'm going to start on these two in the middle here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the ends here down and in with U shapes. So there's one U. I'm going to go down maybe an inch, do the same thing. Another curved shape, not really a U, but a big curve. And another one. Then I'm going to turn over here and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to go right from the edge of the first one. So I'm going to create a big curve. I'm going to come over here to where this one ends, create a big curve, and where this one ends and create a big curve. So now I've got my spider web on those two sides. And then I'm going to keep working my way all the way around this circle, trying to keep those webs together. So around his whole face, we're kind of going to have this pattern, this bump here, these hills, curves, curved U's, whatever you want to call them. And that's going to go around his whole face. So see how we've now created that shape all the way around. Now I'm going to come in and do the same thing for the second row. And there's parts where you're not going to see it because it is behind his eyes, so you do not have to do the parts that are behind his eyes. So we would stop right there. So now his face is done. We've got all of the design on his face. Everything looks good. Now I'm going to move to his chest area here, and we're going to get that spider drawn in. So let's go ahead and create an oval shape. And you can go ahead, if you have your marker, and color it in black. And then we're going to create a rounded, shorter oval at the very end for the head of the spider. So you have the spider's body and the spider's head. And then you're just going to create 4 on each side legs. And the back 2 will kind of go upward. So 3 that'll come down like upside down V's. And then 2 legs that are going to come up kind of under his neck area. And then we are going to come straight down on the side, both sides of that, straight down. And then I'm almost going to use this to kind of create an arrow, which would kind of be a little more like maybe the belt part of his outfit. And I'm going to come down here, and then I'm going to come back here. So now I have a nice little midsection here. And right down the middle of that, we're going to add a line. And that's going to be so we can do some more web design on each side here. And you can go right through your spider all the way up. But right here, we're going to go just straight down with 2 straight lines. And then our design is pretty much done. We've got our little Spider-Man. The only thing we're missing is he is just hanging here. So we probably should add in a line, and that can be however you want it to be. If you want to make it a web, go ahead and add out some lines and do your web. I'm just going to leave it straight like he's just kind of holding on to a rope. Actually, we can even double it up and make it a rope. Just remember to lift your pen, marker, pencil as you go through. And so there we go. Now he's hanging from a rope. So there's our little Spider-Man. Now we just need to add some color to make him look even more like Spider-Man. So let's go ahead and grab your crayons, your markers, your colored pencils, or your paint, whatever it is that you want to add color with, and let's go ahead and color in our little Spider-Man. Look at how cute our adorable little cartoon Spider-Man turned out. Look at him. Oh, I hope that you had fun drawing him today. If you did, please like and subscribe to my videos and come back for many, many more doodles. I cannot wait to see you again next time. Have a great day.